Hey everyone, I'm making this video for anyone who might not feel confident or are maybe even scared about the idea of playing against other people in Pokemon, and I'm mainly referring to playing ranked online battles. And I wanted to make this video because I genuinely think that Pokemon Legends ZA is the best game for you to start getting into competitive battling. First of all, I think it's good to address the issue of why I feel that a lot of people are scared or afraid to play against other people. When you play a competitive battle, you can either win or you can lose, right? And losing is not a good feeling. I'm sure nobody likes to lose, especially in a game that you love, such as Pokemon. And I asked myself why, and I think an interesting reason is that, think about it, Pokemon is such an easy game, right? Like even little kids can play Pokemon. It's such an easy game, yet it makes you feel like you are the best player in the world. Why is that? Because you literally are becoming the champion of the region. You are the hero of the world in some games of Pokemon, right? You become champion and you feel like you're on top of the world. And then you play online against other people, and then you realize it's not that easy, that other people are also just as good or are even better than you. And that kind of brings you down to earth. That's like a big reality check, I feel. I think when I was a kid, I felt this way. I felt like, oh, I'm very good at this game. But then I play online and I realized that the skill gap is very high. The professional players are people who just understand how to play competitively. And that's like a very natural feeling. It's human to not like losing. It's human to be demotivated when you feel other people are better than you. And it's very human to compare yourself against other people. So now that I've addressed the problem, I think reason number one of why Legends ZA is the best game to start getting into battling other people is that you can't really lose. What do I mean by that? In previous Pokemon games, it was a 1v1 battle, right? You genuinely lose against one other person. That person's better than you, end of discussion. But in Legends ZA's ranked battle format, you're playing against 3 other people in a 4-person battle. So in that sense, it's a free-for-all. And whoever defeats the most Pokemon out of the 4 people wins the battle royale, right? You become first place. And what happens when you get first place? You get points, right? You get points depending on how you perform, and then you climb up the ranks from Z to A. That's the whole name of the game, right? Pokemon Legends ZA. You're climbing from rank Z all the way to rank A. You climb ranks by getting points, like I just mentioned. But let me tell you something. Why can't you lose? Even if you come 4th place and you get 1 kill, let's say, by defeating 1 Pokemon, you still gain points. That's what I mean by you can't lose. You can have the absolute worst game of your life. You are still gonna make progress. And I feel that was a very smart decision from Pokemon. I've literally experienced this. I've had the worst game ever. I defeated only 1 Pokemon and I got 4th place. But I don't feel bad about that, because it's a 3-minute game and you still make progress, you still get points even if you perform that bad. So the entire story that I just told you about, you might be scared of losing, it's gonna demotivate you, that's no longer an argument because you can't lose. At least in my opinion, that's not losing. Like, losing is if you literally drop points. In Pokemon Legends ZA, you can't really drop points. You know, if you have a good battle, you could get like 100 points. And if you lose, you're only gonna lose like 10. Think about it this way. If every day of the week you get $100,000, but like 1 or 2 days randomly you have to give away 100,000, I don't think you would mind. That's how I look at the point system in Legends ZA. You're getting hundreds of points, but then if you lose, you don't really lose anything compared to what you're getting. In that sense, you can't lose. The second point that I want to mention is the low barrier to entry. Yes, you still have to train your Pokemon competitively. You have to maximize certain stats in order for you to have a better chance at competing, right? So that your Pokemon might hit harder, so that your Pokemon can survive better when it gets attacked. You have to understand that, but that's not rocket science. I personally learned this when I was 13 years old, like how to properly EV train and IV train, and I feel like that's kind of late. There are kids out there who are like 8 or 9 and they're competing like at the world stage. Like, they understand how to train their Pokemon, so why can't you? But other than training your Pokemon, I feel like because there are 4 players in the lobby, there are a lot of opportunities for you when you play. So you send out your Pokemon, you have 3 other players out there, and honestly, you don't even have to like fight all the time. You can like play around, read the situation, and this is actually what you should be doing, right? You shouldn't just jump in blindly into battle in this game. You kind of just have to look around and then find your opportunities. That's what I mean. The three other players could literally be fighting each other and killing each other, and they're like gonna be at low health, and you can just go in there and take all the credit. And that's part of this game. because it's a free-for-all. You have to play smart. You have to position yourself in a way to take those opportunities. And in that sense, I would argue that that's easier than the traditional battle system, because this is a real-time battle. You can actually move around, switch, mega evolve. You can do many things. You have so many tools. Whereas in previous Pokemon games, it's like chess. Your pieces are on the board, 2 versus 2. You can't move around, but in Legends ZA, it's much more dynamic. And that's what I kind of like about this game. You can outskill your opponent. You can get better at the game. And this is another reason why I feel this is such a great game for beginners in competitive Pokemon. It's easy to learn. I think the mindset that you should have every time you faint or every time you lose a battle is, what could I have done better in that game? Maybe you accidentally send out your Gyarados in front of an electric attack and then like, oh, that's so dumb of me, why did I do that? Maybe like me, you accidentally hit a lamppost instead of hitting the opponent. That's happened, you know? And not to make it like all serious or anything, but I feel that Pokemon reflects real life in this sense, you know? Like every day you need to ask yourself, what could have I done better? And it's similar when you're playing Pokemon. It's like, oh, I lost that game. Oh, my Pokemon got taken down. What did I do wrong? What was my mistake? How can I be better? And I feel that's a very motivating and encouraging mindset to have. Knowing that you can be 1% better every single day. Because if you're 1% better every single day, one day you're going to be very good. Alright, time for some less serious reasons of why you should play ranked battles. Obviously, a lot of people like Greninja. And to get Mega Greninja, you need to play online ranked battles. It's a reward you get for reaching rank J or rank H, I'm not sure. But like I said, it's very easy to climb the ranks. And hey, like, if you love Pokemon for the sake of having Pokemon, like, wouldn't you want a Mega Greninja or a Mega Delphox, a Mega Chestnut? I'm pretty sure everyone wants that. I feel that it's not ridiculously expensive, but you still have to spend some money, which I understand is not a great thing. And last but not least, it's fun. I feel that Pokemon Legends ZA got a lot of unnecessary hate when it was announced, when it was being launched, when things were being leaked, simply because people will complain about anything. It's not very easy to please everyone, and there's always going to be something that you can criticize. That's, again, being human. We have expectations, and when those expectations aren't met, well, people aren't going to be too happy about that. But with all the reasons that I've mentioned in this video, about it being, you know, beginner friendly, about you can't really lose in this game, about how easy it is to make progress, and how fun it is, like you're playing against 4 people and then you can just outskill, outmaneuver people, and it allows you to improve and to get better in the game. I feel that ranked battles is a lot of fun. Personally, myself, I did not expect to have this much fun in a game. Like, #1 criticism of Pokemon Legends ZA, I'm not talking ranked battles, just like in general, is that, oh, you're only stuck in a city, in Lumia City. I don't feel that way, honestly. There are so many things to do. Maybe, and I'm self-diagnosing here, I have a bit of ADHD and I love to do a lot of things. Like, I can't stay still in the game. Like, it's either I'm hunting alpha Pokemon, I'm shiny hunting, or I'm trying to collect Mega Crystals, or I'm doing the parkour even on the map. That part itself is fun. I think as many of you are as well, I want to do more challenging things, right? A lot of you are competitive, and I feel that's the point of playing against other people in the first place, because there's only so much you can do in the single player mode anyways, right? Like, at a certain point you just can't do more. Playing online against other people and ranked battles, that's never ending. Every single battle is gonna be different, right? You're gonna play against different people. Some of them might be better than you, some of them might be worse than you. You're gonna have a ton of fun either way. And there are like a lot of Pokemon you can use. You can win using your favorite Pokemon, I guarantee you that. So with all that being said, I think ranked battles in Pokemon Legends CA is absolutely the place for you to start your competitive Pokemon journey, to start playing against other people online. Don't be afraid to lose, because you can't. You can't lose in this game. All you can do is have fun, improve, and enjoy. And the more you play ranked battles, the more games you play, the better you're gonna be. And what I like to say is, you can't be worse than you are yesterday, right? You're always going to improve day by day. And that's kind of the beauty of it. You get to improve just by playing a game. At the end of the day, it's just a video game, right? You get to learn how to improve, how to compete. And, you know, like I said, maybe it carries over to your real life, because you try to then improve also outside of the game. So I hope this video made sense to you, or that it might even help some of you who are doubting or not confident enough to play online. I really hope that this message is well received by you, because everything I said comes from personal experience. I will be uploading a ton more ranked battles of Pokemon Legends ZA. And if this video helped you, please subscribe. Thank you so much for listening and watching. See you next time.